Hi Stampers, this is Melissa the Stamp Doc. Today I'm going to share with you an adorable pop-up card featuring the Darling Donkey stamp set. You can get this stamp set for free with a $50 qualifying purchase during Sale-a-Bration, which is January and February 2021. And it includes 3 little cute donkeys and several great little greetings to go along with it. So this is absolutely adorable. This is the card I've made for you. So it's very simple on the outside, but then when you open it up, you have a little pop-up donkey that's standing in the middle of the card. So very cute, and I added a few more of those little greetings there. So I'm going to show you exactly how I did that, and you won't believe how easy it is. So all of the measurements for this card, I'm going to have that listed in the descriptions below. There's a link that you can follow that will give you the step-by-step instructions on doing the base part of the card. But we're starting with just a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock, fold it in half to create our card base. And then I have a 4 by 5.25 piece of the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down with my Stampin' Seal. And we're just going to layer that directly on there. Again, this is the easy part of the card, so we'll get it done pretty quickly. There's quite a few wood grain patterns in that, so you can use whichever one you like. I just thought this one kind of looked like barnwood. And then I have a 3 by 4.25 piece of basic white cardstock, and then a slightly larger piece of basic black. And I am going to use my black memento ink, and I'm still going to use that Hey There Friend greeting. So we're just going to put that right there in that lower right corner, and I'll set that aside. And then I've already pre-stamped one of my donkeys. So I've got him right here, and I'm going to put that right there. Now I used to color that, I used some Stampin' blends, and one of my blends exploded, so you can see that color right there. But I used Crumb Cake, Smoky Slate, and Pink Pirouette to color my donkeys. So I don't use a lot of colors for that. So I've got that part done, and I'm going to adhere this piece with some Stampin' Dimensionals because I do like a lot of dimension to my cards. And I just find that adds a little more interest to that front. So again, this part goes together very easily. All right, so we've got that done. So now we want to do that inside part of it. I'm going to set this aside. We'll come back to that in a minute. So you're going to want to stamp one of your donkey images, and I went ahead and stamped him and colored him, and then I fussy cut him out. Actually, I'm kidding. I used my brother's Scan and Cut to cut this out. I did draw a little pencil line between these bottom hooves so that I had a solid piece here. And then that way it cut it out perfectly. Now you can do this with your scissors, so you don't have to have a machine to do this, but you know, get it as close as you can. I like to leave a little bit of a border, but not too much. And then you need a second one. So you could take this and trace it on a piece of cardstock so that you have one that can back that up too. What I did with my Scan and Cut is I just put a blank piece through after I cut the initial one, and that way it cut one identical for me. So either way, also if you're using a different stamp set that has die cuts, that makes it even easier. But that's what you need. You need a stamped image, and then you need a same image or same piece of cardstock, basically like the shadow of that. Okay, so I'm going to set those aside. And then I've got a little piece of paper that's 2 inches long. You don't really have to worry about how wide it is because we're not really going to worry about that. But this is just a little scrap that I have. And what I'm going to do is score it at 1/4 of an inch. And I find it's easiest to use these bottom markings to do that with. So I'm just going to score that there. And then I'm going to turn it halfway, and I'm just going to cut some little strips. So I'm going to do 1/2 inch strips, but you could do these more narrow if you're doing something with smaller legs on it. But I'm just going to use those 2 today. Because I kept that wide base with the donkey, this is going to work perfectly. So next I'm going to take my little mat here, and I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus, and I'm going to put this, oops, I really screwed that up. So let me see if I can get this one right. Okay. Sometimes it's very sticky, but we want it to go all the way on the length of that. So I'm going to fold that up because that's going to be our little foot. And then I want to line this up on the bottom of my donkey. So I've just got that lined up there, and our little tab is there. Then I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on this one also. And again, we're going to want to line these up so I know, I'm going to just show you. So I want to line those up. I want that even, so I'm going to put it right on top of that other one and hold that in place so my little tab is out, and then I'm going to put that one right on top. Now that should just stick to that one. So then we have both of these, and we're going to put the little tabs like so. So you can see how that looks. But I want those to come out so they're not sticking together. Then at the top of our little guy here, I'm going to put some adhesive again because I do want him attached up there. And we've got him lined up. So that is all the adhesive that we need to use. I'll pull all of these out of the way now. And we have our card. So I'm going to just set him with the little tabs. So I'm going to show you exactly how I've got him on there. So I've got it with the little tabs sitting right on the fold. They're out on both sides. We're going to close that up, and that paper is going to catch on that, or it should. And then we have to push him down. I didn't want to push down quite so much. Okay. And we now have our standing donkey. So I'm just going to finish this off by adding a few more stamps. I like the little hee-haw. And then I'm going to do You're the Best on this one. Okay. So there's also that happy birthday, so you could use that as well. And there is our completed card. So again, that's going to close up, and then when it opens, oh, my sticky didn't work. All right, well, phooey. I'm going to have to put some more adhesive on that and really get it done. So let me show you my original one, because there he is. Now he's standing. He was just being stubborn, like a donkey would be. So you get my videos, mistakes, and all. All right. So I hope you'll give this a try. Certainly you could do this with a lot of your different stamp sets, and I'd love to see what you create. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe for future videos.